Hey guys, this is Kami Ken, and one of my favorite characters in all of manga is the character Isagi Yoichi from Blue Lock. And the reason I like this character so much is because anytime he meets a setback or meets a roadblock, he always finds a way to overcome his old self and then reconstruct his understanding of the game of soccer so that he can find a way to win. And that's how you have to be in comics. Like, you can't just go with the easiest idea that you think of, because if you go with that idea and don't really vet it, don't really talk to other people about it, tell people like, hey, this is my idea, and people don't tell you, like, criticize you genuinely, then you're gonna be working with like a dull sword. Like, your work is just gonna be, you're gonna put out your work, and then people will read it and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna put this down and go read something else. Like, if you're trying to make a living at this, if you're trying to make a serious go of making comics for real, then you have to be willing to put in that effort to make it to the highest tier. You have to be thinking like, I'm gonna be I want to be competing with Naruto. I want to be competing with Dragon Ball Z. I want to be competing with One Piece. I want to be on that level, or I'm trying to compete with that level in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Because there's specific things that you can do as a creator right now that creators like Eiichiro Oda or Yoshihiro Togashi, creators of One Piece and Hunter x Hunter, like, there's things that you can do that you focus specifically on that they cannot do. Like, there's things that you have, unique talents, unique points of view of the world that you can do that they just don't have. And that's the best thing you can do as a creator, is if you think about wanting to compete with them, at the same time you also have to think about the unique selling point, your unique abilities that you have as a creator that you can do to stand out among everyone else who's trying to make comics. Because there's a lot of bad comics out there. A lot of bad comics out there. So as long as you're focused on trying to make yours as great as you possibly can, then people will see that effort. Like, it'll just shine through even bad art. Like, bad art and bad story, if you're really, really, really trying to make it as good as you possibly can, it'll shine through. And the way to really do that is to be like Isagi from Blue Lock, where if you create a bad idea, or you create an idea and you're like, okay, this idea is pretty good, you have to immediately think the opposite and be like, this idea actually sucks, and figure out a way to make it better. Like sharpen the idea and constantly doubt its efficacy. Like, you have to constantly doubt how good that idea is. If you're just creating stuff and you're like, wow, this is so awesome, and you're hyping yourself up like, dude, this thing I created, I was cooking, and then you give it to other people and they read it and they're like, bro did not cook. Like you have to be able to receive feedback. You have to get editors, you have to get people, like, basically destroying your ego so that you understand, like, you're not all that, you don't have all the answers, you don't have good ideas, and then keep getting that ego destroyed until you do have a good idea where you can put out some work that is interesting to look at, interesting to read, and then people give you genuine feedback like, yo, this is actually fire, like, this is actually heat. And when you get those reactions, when people start telling you like, yeah, this is actually good, and I enjoyed reading it, then you can be like, okay, how can I make it even better? Like, Isagi is constantly rewiring his mind, thinking like, okay, how can I think several steps ahead of the other players so that I can beat them in soccer? Like, how can I maneuver and change how I'm thinking so that I can get a better position on the field? And this is how you have to think about your reader. You have to think about, what is the reader going to think about this art that I'm creating, this story that I'm writing? Like, what are they going to think, and how can I maneuver around them so I can make it even better than what they expected? because that's the only thing anybody ever wants out of a story. They just want it to be good. Like, they're just begging. They're like, please, please, please let me get something that's good to read and good to watch so I can recommend it to my friends. And then they'll be like, well, you told us about this cool comic. Now that makes you cool. Like, people just want some cool stuff that they can recommend to other people. And one way to think about it, I'll leave you with this. Probably one of the best ways to think about it is, if you made your comic and you gave you your own comic to read, would you consider this a gift? Like you want to consider giving your reader a gift when you make your comic. Like, is this the perfect thing that they've been looking for all their life? And it's like, finally, I have something that I've always wanted to read. And then create your comic with that in mind, that you're giving them a gift that they couldn't get anywhere else. They can't get it from One Piece, they can't get it from Dragon Ball, they can't get it from Superman, they can't get it from Batman, but they got this specific gift from you, something that only you could create. So that's what you try to focus on in making your comics, and that's what I'm trying to focus on in making my latest webcomic, Saintly. It is a demon chase horror action comedy about two best friends who have to outrun the demon loan sharks that they borrowed from. Basically, it's like Scooby-Doo meets K-pop Demon Hunters without the K-pop. And the story backs the main character into a corner where she has to decide between the hard path to success or lose her soul to the lure of easy money. And we get to see the ramifications of her choice, and if she can hide this deal with the devil from her friend, or if it will tear them apart. And I hope you read my comic in the description and check out the story. It should appear in your email inbox or your spam folder if you don't see it. And yeah, that'll be all for this one. I'll see you in the next. Peace.